Ever wondered what a $158 million summer home looks like? Along Long Island's North Shore lies a string of magnificent mansions that would make Gatsby himself jealous. These aren't just big houses, they're monuments to America's Gilded Age, where railroad tycoons and banking giants competed to build the most outrageous estates imaginable. From hidden tunnels to gold leaf walls, private railways to underground boat elevators, you won't believe what lies behind those imposing gates. Oheka Castle. Picture this. You're standing in front of the second largest private residence ever built in America. That's Oheka Castle for you, spanning an absolutely massive 109,000 square feet. Built in 1919 by banker Otto Hermann Kahn. Get it? OHK question mark. This French-style chateau will make your jaw drop. The numbers are mind-boggling. 127 rooms, 27 bathrooms, and a whopping $11 million price tag back then. That's about $158 million today. Here's the crazy part. Kahn had the entire hill it sits on literally built from scratch, raising the ground by 160 feet just to get the perfect view of Cold Spring Harbor. The gardens? They're inspired by Versailles and span 443 acres. I mean, who doesn't want their own mini French palace, right? Harbor Hill. Ever wondered what happened when you gave a railroad heir unlimited funds and a dream? Well, Harbor Hill was the answer. Clarence Mackay went all out with this 204-room monster mansion, and trust me, it was something else. We're talking about a house that had its own power plant, a refrigeration system, super high-tech for 1902, and get this, a silver vault just for storing the family's massive collection. The grand staircase alone cost $2 million in today's money, covered in rare marble from a quarry that the previous owner, the King of Italy, had to personally approve. The craziest part? They heated the driveway in winter to melt snow. Talk about next-level luxury. Windfield Hall. Now, this one's got a story that'll give you chills. Built by Frank Woolworth, yes, the five and dime store guy, in 1916. This place is like something out of a Gothic novel. The marble grand staircase, which reportedly cost $2 million to build in 1916, is said to be pink because Woolworth's favorite daughter died during construction, and he wanted it to match her favorite color. Whether that's true or not, this 56-room mansion is packed with weird and wonderful details. The coolest feature? A massive marble hall with walls covered in real gold leaf. And here's a fun fact that'll blow your mind. Despite being worth millions, Woolworth paid for the entire thing in cash. Can you imagine the look on the contractor's face when he showed up with actual cash for a mansion? Beacon Towers. Let me introduce you to what might be F. Scott Fitzgerald's inspiration for The Great Gatsby. Beacon Towers, built in 1917 for Alva Vanderbilt Belmont, was literally a castle dropped onto Long Island shores. With its soaring turrets and Gothic architecture, this place looked like it was plucked straight from the Loire Valley. The most fascinating part? Alva was a prominent suffragist, and she used this 140-room fortress as a meeting place for women's rights activists. The mansion featured secret passageways, hidden staircases, and a massive great hall that could hold hundreds of people. The architectural details were mind-blowing. Each of the 60 fireplaces was unique, and the limestone walls were carved with medieval-style gargoyles. Get this. The basement even had a private subway-style rail system to move supplies around. Sadly, this architectural masterpiece was demolished in 1945, but not before hosting some of the most influential political meetings of the women's suffrage movement. Pembroke. You're going to love this next one. Pembroke was the absolute epitome of extravagance, built for Charles I Hudson in 1916. What made this place special? How about a 70-foot-long indoor swimming pool with solid gold fixtures and underwater lighting? In 1916, can you believe it? The mansion sprawled across 100,000 square feet and featured something totally unique for its time. A climate control system that could both heat and cool different parts of the house independently. The ballroom was legendary, with walls covered in hand-painted silk and a ceiling designed to look like the night sky, complete with twinkling electric stars. But here's the kicker. They had an entire room dedicated just to wrapping presents. called the gift room. It had custom-built cabinets for different sizes of paper, ribbons, and boxes. Talk about next-level gift-giving. The gardens were equally impressive, featuring a series of terraced fountains that could be lit up in different colors at night. Indian Neck Hall. Hold on to your hats because this one's a real showstopper. Indian Neck Hall, built for Frederick Gilbert Bourne, the singer sewing machine tycoon, was basically a small city disguised as a house. We're talking about 110 rooms spread across 42,000 square feet, but that's just the beginning. The property included its own private railroad station, a bowling alley, and get this, an underground tunnel system that connected different buildings. The most incredible feature was the clock tower, which housed a massive organ with pipes that ran throughout the entire mansion. Imagine walking through the halls while music literally played from the walls around you. The boathouse alone was bigger than most people's homes, complete with a massive turntable that could rotate boats for easy launching. Glen Cove Mansion. Ever wondered what a house built by a steamship magnate would look like? Well, Glen Cove Mansion, originally known as the Manor, doesn't disappoint. Built in 1910 for John Pratt, this 55-room Georgian mansion takes luxury to a whole new level. The coolest part? It had one of the first residential elevators in America, powered by its own dedicated steam engine. The mansion sits on 55 acres of perfectly manicured grounds, but here's the wild part. The original estate was over 1,100 acres. Inside, you'll find hand-carved wood paneling that took Italian craftsmen 3 years to complete. But my favorite feature has to be the morning room, a sunny space with walls covered in hand-painted Chinese wallpaper that cost more than most houses of the time. Planting fields. Now this is what I call a proper English estate in New York. Built for William Robertson Co., an insurance magnate. Planting Fields is a 409-acre wonderland that'll transport you straight to the English countryside. The 65-room Tudor Revival mansion, called Coindre Hall, is impressive enough. But the real star here is the greenhouses. You won't believe this. They have 22 of them. The main greenhouse alone is longer than a football field and houses some of the rarest plants in North America. The most incredible part? They had their own railroad siding just to bring in coal to heat all these greenhouses. The mansion features a mind-blowing collection of Tiffany glass, including a stunning staircase window that took over a year to create. And get this, they had a special tea house built just for their collection of camellias, which is still considered one of the finest in the world. Mill Neck Manor. Talk about making an entrance. Mill Neck Manor, built in 1923 for cosmetics pioneer Robert Wheelwright, sits majestically on an 86-acre estate overlooking Long Island Sound. This Tudor Revival masterpiece features 65 rooms, but what makes it truly special is its incredible woodwork. Every single room has a different type of wood. We're talking rare specimens from all over the world. The Great Hall will stop you in your tracks with its 40-foot vaulted ceiling and enormous stone fireplace that you can literally walk into. But here's something that'll blow your mind. The entire house was built using no nails or screws in its wooden structures. It's all wooden pegs and expert joinery. Fillets. If you thought we'd seen it all, wait until you get a load of fillets. This stunning French Norman-style mansion, built in 1923 for Harry F. Guggenheim, is like nothing else on the Gold Coast. Picture this. You're walking through rooms filled with actual medieval artifacts, including honest-to-goodness suits of armor and 13th century stained glass windows. The coolest part? Everything, and I mean everything, is authentic to the medieval period. Guggenheim literally had his architects travel through France measuring old castles to get the details exactly right. The massive stone walls are 3 feet thick, and get this, they use special techniques to make the stone look weathered, so it would appear centuries old from day one. The Great Hall features a 16th century fireplace imported from a French chateau, and the original furnishings include tapestries that once hung in European castles. And there you have it, folks. Many of these magnificent mansions are now open to the public as museums or historic sites, so why not plan a visit and experience the glamour of the Gold Coast era for yourself? Trust me, you won't regret it.